Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you direct your attention towards home plate as we will begin our ceremony to honor and thank our 2017 Lander Baseball Senior Class. All right, we'll start off with number 2, Zach Gacheski, who played for Lander from 2013 to 2017. Zach is with his parents, James and Maria, and his fiancée, Jessica Lake. Zach contributed 2 World Series appearances and 1 Peach Belt Conference regular season championship and tournament championship. Zach has played in 62 games with 41 games started. In his career, he has totaled 41 hits, 8 doubles, 1 triple, with 2 home runs and 28 RBIs. Zach is currently exploring many options inside the game of baseball after graduation and is getting married in December of this year to Jessica Lake.
Definitely going to miss Zach. He's the first guy to call me when I got this job. I was super excited to hear from one of the guys before I started reaching out to them, and just kind of literally opened his door to me and was like, "Hey, Coach, anything you need, I'll help you with." And that was great. As far as him as a player and a person goes, Zach's battled a lot of injuries. I mean, that's very common knowledge, and to see him get out there and be able to start, I think it was the first 13, 14, 15 games for us this year, it was great. He's playing his tail off and doing a good job for us at first base, and your heart goes out to him, for sustaining another injury. And, it stinks, but, he's been a good team guy since then and helped out where he can and jumped in. And, that to me as a coach, you look at that and it's easy to kind of give up and give in, and that's not his personality. He's never done that, so we're definitely going to miss that here at Lander. And he's a guy that loves Lander to his core and this baseball program, and I really appreciate that.
That's number 3, Zach Gacheski. Sorry, number 2.
1.
And now we'll have number 3, Reed Gray, who has been with us since 2014. Reed is joined today by his mother and father, Claire and Jeff. Reed has contributed to 2 World Series appearances and 1 Peach Belt Conference regular season championship and tournament championship. Reed has played in 66 games with 40 games started. In his career, he has totaled 50 hits, 9 doubles, 1 triple, with 5 home runs and 29 RBIs. Reed currently leads the team with a .371 batting average. Reed is currently applying and interviewing for numerous jobs in college athletics.
Reed Gray, what a season he has had this spring. It's always fun to watch a kid, teeter with hitting 500 for as long as he did. And, just kind of the way he did that tells you a lot about him, going through an injury and having to, not play the field anymore and just hit and still staying locked in the way he did. And as Chuck would say, he stayed hot. So, it's been a fun ride watching that with him. And, one thing that can get overlooked with Reed a lot is his willingness to just do a lot of things that sometimes aren't the most fun to do. He called some guys over winter break and, caught a kid that wasn't even his own teammate over winter break just because I asked him to. And, I'm going to miss pulling into work and, pulling into the office at 8:30 to 9 o'clock and hearing the ping of his bat in the cage, because there was a lot of days when I pulled in and he's already down there hitting. So, Reed, congrats on having a great senior year, man, and gonna miss those things about you for sure.
And that's number 3, Reed Gray. Up next, we'll have number 28, Cameron Tecker, who's played for the Bearcats from 2015 to 2017. Today, Cameron is joined by the whole fam: Brett Tecker, Melanie Tecker, Grant, his brother, his grandmother Kay, and his grandfather Larry. Cameron contributed to 1 World Series appearance in 2016. He has totaled 28 career appearances with 4 starts and a record of 5-4 with 63 2/3 innings pitched with 61 strikeouts. Cameron is looking to get into coaching once he finishes playing baseball here.
Cameron Tecker, definitely one I'm going to miss, and I'm sure Sullivan will as well. And he's a guy that when I got the job here, he was coming off surgery, and you come into the fall and you don't really know exactly what's going on because he's barely doing his throwing program at that point. And you get to know him, and you can tell he's just this super talented athlete that wants to really learn, and is just yearning for knowledge and development. And it's kind of a coach's dream. You got this kid that has got a really good arm that really wants to be coached, and that's kind of what you're looking for all the time. And with Tecker, watching him get that first career start at Anderson was something really special that I'll never forget. And him succeeding the way he did that night, and kind of parlaying that into exactly what his senior year has been. He's had a great year for us and thrown the ball well, and pitched his tail off, and I've enjoyed watching him compete in that role and watching him succeed in that role, and I know his teammates have as well. And he's a kid that you see somebody that you wish you had for more years, because you could see him developing into somebody that would teach the things that you want to teach, and that's a really special attribute.
Number 28, Cameron Tecker. Up next, we have number 31, Garrett Lavorato, who joined us this year as a graduate transfer from Clemson University. Today, Garrett is joined by his mother and father, Jeff and Christy. Garrett has appeared in 11 games with 2 starts, 21 and 2 third innings pitched, and 31 strikeouts. Garrett is looking to get into many options with coaching baseball after Lander.
Garrett Lavorato. Took me a little bit to learn how to pronounce that. And one very interesting thing about Garrett is, I kept telling our entire team throughout the fall that, Garrett was going to come in at the break, and he was going to be this quiet kid that just kind of kept to himself and worked hard. And, I could not have been more off with the quiet part. Garrett's got a great personality, and, loves to have a good time and loves to talk with his teammates and, interact with those guys. And, I think they've enjoyed the heck out of that, and I know he has. And, when you come in mid-year, especially as a guy who only has that one semester, it can be a tough transition. And, Garrett did a great job with that. And, our guys did a great job of welcoming him in to the family. And, when I look at Garrett as a baseball player, I look at a kid that wants to learn, ask a ton of questions, wants to compete, wants to get better. And, that sometimes is hard to find in general, but very hard to find when you've got a kid that has pitched at the level he's pitched at prior to here, and is as old as he is, to be quite honest. So, Garrett, I'm going to miss you, man. Wish I had more time to work with you.
That's number 31, Garrett Lavorato. And now we move to number 41, Matt Thorpe, who has played for the Bearcats since 2014. Matt contributed 2 World Series appearances and 1 Peach Belt Conference regular season championship and tournament championship. Matt has 48 career appearances, all in relief, with a 1-1 record with 36 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts, and only 14 walks. He's joined by his parents, Kim and Mike. After Lander, Matt will be an intern for the Atlanta Braves this summer.
Matt Thorpe, one of my favorite guys to be around on a daily basis. Loved getting to know him. He's definitely one of the guys you wish you had more time with. And, for me, being a first-year head coach, coming in here and, seeing all these guys for the first time, he was one of the guys that I knew right away, was just a great person, a great teammate, worked his tail off. And some of the guys, loved to be around and loved to see succeed. And, I saw that as my first game ever here as a head coach, at Mount Olive. He comes into the first game, I believe it was in the 7th inning, and, works a pretty good inning. And, I look down our dugout and see how happy our guys are for him and how pumped that they are that he was successful. Things like that stay with you for a long time. And, I'm going to miss the heck out of being around Thorpe. Love you, buddy.
Once again, number 41, Matt Thorpe. And we waited till the end for number 8, J.D. Waite, joined today by his parents, Jamie and Tammy. JD contributed 2 World Series appearances and 1 Peach Belt Conference regular season championship and tournament championship. JD has 40 career appearances on the mound with 25 starts and 1 complete game. He totaled 139 innings pitched with a 10-5 record with 79 strikeouts and only 32 walks. JD is planning to attend physical therapy school after graduation.
JD Waite. When I think about JD, some of the things that pop in my mind right away are just how much he competes and, his great personality and, him stopping by the office and having, great conversations, whether it's about the team or about himself or about pitching in general or, I think about those things a lot. And then you get the image in your head of him beating North Georgia on Friday night. And you think about how good his changeup is and, how dominant he can be at times. And, it's just a really cool mix. I mean, you got a kid with a great personality that competes the way he does and, kind of turns it on and turns it off, when he's on the mound and off the mound. And, the guys like to be around him. And, I think JD knows this, but, he's a guy that I like to be around a lot and, like to talk to off the field a ton as well. And, I'm gonna miss that about JD, but even more so, I'm gonna miss watching a guy compete as hard as he competes, and want to win as much as he wants to win. So, JD, man, looking forward to a lot more talks later in life, and wish you nothing but the best.
That's number 8, JD Waite. Ladies and gentlemen, join us in thanking the 2017 Lander Baseball Seniors for their contributions to the program and Lander University. We wish them the best in their future endeavors and look forward to having them back at Dolny Stadium as proud alumni for years to come.